What is up, everybody? It's BBK Dragoon here with tips for the solo queue guardian that hops into the Crucible by themselves. We all do it from time to time, but these tips are going to help ease your mind when you're playing by yourself in solo queue. Obvious stuff that we all forget. Before we go any further, had to throw in this Inferno Rumble game, only playing it for the Sterling Treasure, and had the sweetest comeback at the end of the game. The person in the lead only needed 1 or 2 more kills to wrap it up. Oh, and the stars aligned and it all came together so well. Other thing I will say, I'm stoked to be back doing more PvP tip videos. I took a bit of a break the last couple of months during content drought, but the new spring update has seriously revitalized my enjoyment with Crucible. There are so many weapons you can use that are viable right now. Lots of different builds. It's just great. Hop in there while it lasts. I'm sure we're going to find the top 2 or 3 guns here pretty soon anyway. Okay. So right off the bat, Destiny is a team PvP game, and there's a lot of benefit to having teammates, okay? Just off the bat, I'm not going to lie to you, when you play solo, you're taking a gamble. And having teammates who you can trust and communicate, that will cultivate a much better PvP experience. But we don't always have people on, and quite frankly, solo queuing can be a good way to practice your gunfights. My first tip for going in by yourself in Crucible is do not have high expectations of your teammates. It's a really fast way to be disappointed and get angry and tilted. You cannot control who you get queued up with. There will be some games where your teammates are lovely and they work together. And then there'll be a lot of games where they don't even know what a controller is. And you're sat there wondering, how on earth did they have the skills to even hit the search button? You can't control who you match with, so do not have high expectations of your teammates. That disappointment from like, bro, why aren't you capping B? Over and over again can make your night just very frustrating. Now, that doesn't mean you ignore your teammates altogether. When you hear gunfights, you know there's a good chance that your teammates got the enemy weak, or at minimum drop their shields a little bit. Capitalize on this and finish off the kills that your teammates are starting. Positioning wise, that may mean working with randoms that don't have mics and going into situations. By the way, look at that. He just ran right past me. That was really weird. And going into situations that you normally would be, I don't know about that. But you want to work with your teammates, solo queue, and when you're with a team. There will be games that you flat out cannot win, and you just need to accept that fact. You always give it your all, right? But there will be times where, without cooperation and coordination from teammates, it's an impossibility to carry your team to the point of winning. So understand there are some games that no matter how hard or how well you slay, it was not possible to win. That doesn't mean it was impossible for you to play better. As a student of the game, there's thousands of decisions being made in every Crucible match. And there is no such thing as the perfect game. So there's always room for you to improve, and that's a big part of solo queue. But don't beat yourself up over games that you lose when sometimes you could not have won it with that squad without coordination, without communication, okay? Be a leader for your team when playing solo, and set the right example by jumping on objectives or participating in the objective depending on which game mode you're playing. If it's control, try to capture the points. It's not all about the KD ratio. In objective game types, it's about playing the objective. And if you set the right example and they see you are fighting hard for B, and yeah, it can feel awful. It can be a lost cause, right? You're the only dude working to go after B, and you just die over and over again. There is a chance that your teammates might see this, see your leadership, and work together with you. It's just a pet peeve of mine when people queue in objective and then don't play the objective. I get there's some exceptions to this. Try to save the heavy pull until the majority of the team is present. It's a real jerk move to pull heavy right as your teammates are getting close. If you're being pushed on, I understand you got to get it and use it. But in those situations where you need to wait a little bit and it's okay to wait, just wait. Same thing. Take every special ammo box you see. They're extremely powerful. Special ammo is the power weapon of most Crucible matches. Yes, heavy is that 2 minutes or minute and a half period where everybody's rocking their super boomsticks, but special ammo is just as important. If you can starve your enemies of their special, That's huge, and it's a really powerful economic move that you can put on your opponents when you're a solo player. It doesn't take 5 people to hold X to capture the special. Don't let your teammates' actions dictate your emotions. You're going to watch your teammates throw away games that are completely won, or never cap a single point during a match of control, or they'll steal the heavy right when you're just like inches away from the drop zone. Do not get tilted over their actions. You have no control over it. And finally, realize that solo queuing can be very fun. It can also be very, very frustrating, but it's a great place to practice a lot of different game situations and adapt to different teammates, you know? Anyway, these are the tips that I have for you guys. Fairly basic, I know, but it's good to remind yourself of this. I'm playing a lot of solo matches here and there when my teammates aren't on, and I'm having to remind myself of these as I play. If you enjoyed, please let me know with a like. If you have your own tips, let me know down in the description, because I'll read them. See you guys.